I started as a rank 1 in 2022 and had to complete a certain amount of objectives till I reached the final goal, which is owning all properties and businesses. So here's what happened. I logged into my alt account and deleted this guy so I could start off fresh. So I created a new character and logged straight into GT Online, skipping that boring tutorial. So the first objective, I need to make 200k so I can afford a high-end apartment. Now I'm shooting straight to those simian missions, but I forgot I still had money in the bank. So I transferred it all to the second character. Now everything is sorted. Please ignore the change of clothes. I don't know what happened. Now before going on to the simian missions, I need a car. Now instead of buying a garage and getting this free car, I decided to steal the fast car and equip it with a tracker and coverage. So to get some pocket change, I robbed the store. Yeah, I'm gonna need money, bro. Lost the cops and went straight to Los Santos Customs. Now shortly after traveling to my destination, I heard something unpleasant. I look to my map and I see a damn jet heading towards my direction. So I'm freaking out, man, but then he just turned right. So now I'm safe. Nope, he came swinging to my direction again. Then he turned around. Now he's heading towards me again and then turns around. Now I'm confused. Either I'm over exaggerating or he's just playing with me. Either way, I made it to Los Santos Customs. Now I wanted to equip a tracker, but I didn't have enough money. So I just went on and started a simian mission. First mission, semiotics, and I'm feeling blessed, baby. Starting off with the easiest simian mission, joined by Vulture Kid, Seidves Bursian, and I'm not pronouncing that, and we're off. I hitched a ride and this guy's just pity the whole ride, but we eventually make it to the airport. Now my slow ass is running to that airplane while Vulture Kid is getting rammed. I steal a car and enter the parking lot so I can lose the cops, which I eventually do. And just like that, mission success, which you'll see is very rare. Moving on. So my current amount, 15,819. Now we move on to the second mission, Sasquatched. Now I decided to travel with this dude again, but my guy was AFK, so I waited for a while. Then he started driving again and he crashed a little bit, but nothing too bad. We reached the Maze Bank Arena and the other folks are already dead, man. So Vulture Kid stops the car and I'm in a very vulnerable position. And because of that, I lost a quarter of my health. But Vulture Kid had my back, man. So I got into a monster truck and shot off. On my way there, I took the detour route because I ain't traveling so far, bruh. But in the process, I killed Mary. I'm so sorry, man. So I got there and destroyed all cars. Now the second wave, and I was heading to the second spot and one target was close by. So it's full steam ahead, baby. And I hit the wrong target. I just killed a mother of 4 damage. So this guy just shoots off in the opposite direction, making my job harder. So I'm chasing him and he ends up juxing me. I'm always running the whole but I finally got him, man. And my teammates got the other half. So now we're on our way to the docks to deliver these monster trucks. And I'm driving recklessly like 99% of the player base. So I dropped mine off at the docks and everyone else followed suit. But since someone died earlier, one of us had to go all the way back and drop it off here. And I'm lazy, bruh. But it seems as if everyone was lazy too. So I manned up and just got it myself and dropped it off at the docks. Current amount, $42,849. Next mission, GTA Today 2. And this is a contender for the worst named and the most boring simian mission ever. It's just bums, bro. So like always, I hitched a ride with my man Vulture Kid right here, and he seems to be heading towards B. And on his way there, I realized it was more effective if I went alone. So my man crashed. And my man Vulture Kid ain't taking nonsense, bruh. What the? He ends up killing the lady that drove in front of him, which is a blessing for me since I get a free car. So I jacked it and drove to D. So I smashed the window, jacked the car and drove off. And while driving to the docks, 2 things happened. First, I almost got hit by the train, but I'm quick, bruh. Second, I changed the radio to Radio Mirror Park. Why? Because it's good for the soul, man. So I reached the docks and it seems as if I'm the first one to deliver the car here, which I don't mean to brag, but so knowing how this mission works, I wanted to head back to the city so I can have a head start for the next wave of vehicles. So I stole this car. You can really like these mommies with like swords. and drove to this area because I never memorized the spawn locations for these vehicles. So someone dropped the last vehicle off and the second wave spawns, and I was going to go to B, but if you played this mission before, you know B is filled with trigger happy cops. Too much trigger happy cops, especially for someone my level. So I just went to D and left B for someone else, and this was easy. No bad guys shooting me, no cop. Never mind, the cops were on me, and at least the guy that caught me gave me a head start before chasing me. So I'm heading to the docks, and in order to try and lose the cops on my way there, I went to the LS River to try and lose the cops while still heading to the docks. So I ended up losing the cops, and I was the first one to reach the docks again. So I'm waiting on my teammates so our brother can get paid. So I shot this car, why? I hate it, ran back to the containers and saw my man Vulture Kid dropping off a vehicle. So now me and him are waiting. So I climbed the top of this thing here, and the third guy drops the vehicle off, and shortly after the last guy drops his vehicle off. Current amount $68,119. So now we're voting on the next job, and this guy picks up Under the Hammer. No hate my guy, but no, I picked semiotics because Under the Hammer is truly bombs, bro. So now we're loading in, man, and the mission that we will be doing is semiotics, thank God. So we start off, and this is the first time I don't hitch a ride with Vulture Kid, and honestly it feels like betrayal. So I shoot off and make my way to the airport, and on my way to the plane I bumped the security guard. So me, setupssse and Vulture Kid reached the plane, and before reaching my vehicle I wanted them to go, but it seems as if Vulture Kid was waiting for me to pass. So I went on and entered the car, and my man was late. So now we're gone, and instead of waiting in the parking lot, I decided to leave LSIA. I went up this ramp here and landed on this street which was on, and we witnessed something magnificent. I end up losing the cops and drop the car off, thus completing the mission. Current amount $81,828. So remember when I was happy we weren't doing Under the Hammer? Yeah, this is gonna be fun. So we start off, and I see this bike, man, and I want it. So I aim, shoot, and miraculously miss. So I shoot again and still miss, but I hit someone that I didn't even know was there, but I got the bike anyway. So I'm on my way to the police station, and I see this car's flipped over, and I just know it was the dude in front of me that did this. Now I'm almost at the police station, and my teammates are already there, and because they're there, I'm not expecting as much cops to be present, but I was wrong. In fact, the cops acted like they weren't even there, but it was too late for me because I only noticed when I got in. This is also when I realized that a bike really wasn't the smartest pick for this job, because 5 seconds after entering the police station I lose half my health. Now I'm on foot with a pistol, so now I'm fighting for my life, but I think you know what happens next. I survive and make it out of wrong footage. I get slammed. So now I spawn outside and notice that I'm already surrounded by cops. I ain't even crossed the street yet. So there's a cop car in front of me, but no one was inside. So I ran towards it, killed this bald dude here, and then got in, because running to the police station with so much cops around me screams bad idea. So far only one guy made it out, and that was setupssse. So now I'm outside the police station and my man Vulture Kid is dead, man. Rams Vulture Kid's vehicle out the way and he gets out of there. Now I decided to take Vulture Kid's car, so now it's only these officers left. Bam, killed one, and he munched my health, man. So now it's the last officer. How? So now I'm spectating, and he delivers this car, but he still has to get the other one. So he goes there in a Duco Death, and with that Duco Death armor, no way he's done. So now setupssse is left with the noble task of carrying us. So he proceeds to lose the cops. He drops the vehicle off and he's left with one more. And I'm rooting for him because I wanna get paid. So he steals this hunk of junk and he goes straight to the police station. And when he entered that police station, so now it's round 2, and it's just me and setupssse. And for this round, I took a different approach. Instead of going through the front, I'm going through the back. So this lady was nice enough to give me her car. So I took it and parked it against the wall at the back. So I got on the vehicle and climbed over the barbed fence. Now I'm in, and these cops are already shooting me, man. So I killed these two and quickly ran to the nearest car. And these guys are munching me, man. But I escape, literally on the brink of death. Now this is a bad situation mission, I got cops on me and setupssse is AFK. And while I'm losing the cops, my man dies. So I enter this container to try and lose the cops, but Rockstar was petty this round, bruh, because I was in this container for a while and I still didn't lose the cops. But when I enter the docks, you know, the place where I shouldn't bring them, I start losing them. This is also when I realized it was probably by design. So I lose the cops and drop the vehicle off, and I waited for setupssse to do the same, but my man dies. So I went to the police station, and while I was outside the police station, I stole this big rig, and the place was empty. Lucky for me, but I knew the cops would be here fast. So I jumped out this truck. So I entered the vehicle. Since when did I have snacks? So I proceed to get out of there, but the cops blocked the exit. So now I'm doing everything to get out safely, and the cop car blocking the way moves. Now there's one cop car left. So I escape, lose the cops, and finally deliver this vehicle. Current amount $104,138. So even though the current goal is to get a high-end apartment, I still need better guns, snacks,
and a like from you who's watching the video
to make the process way easier. So I went to free mode, dyed my hair, accidentally bought this rubbish, and bought the micro SMG and special carbon. Now it's time to return to those simian missions, but due to a little something called corrupted footage, I can't show you the whole experience, but I'll try and summarize what I can based on notes that I've written down. The current mission was Sasquatch, and this dude kept spamming another dude with his up and atomizer, but we completed the mission. Second mission was RV, nearly there, and the same dude kept shooting the RV with his up and atomizer till it got to a point where the RV crushed him. The third mission was burn rate, and the same guy that was spamming his up and atomizer tried to kill me by bumping me with his oppressor Mark II, but I survived. Now the rest were kind of boring, so I'm gonna skip to the point where I get my apartment. Ahaha, you see the apartment? So the first objective is complete. Now for the second objective, and that's completing all OG heists. We all know what's gonna happen. These heists are notorious for being a pain, especially when playing with randoms. So do I call my friends for help? Do I continue to play with randoms? So I start up the mission, and instantly someone joins. So I start the setup. Lester starts rambling about something, and the mission begins. So I get in the car, and I just sit there doing nothing. This mission is literal bombs, bro. So the mission is going on as usual, and this mini game pops up. Finally, something that I can do. So I complete that thing with no errors, and I'm back to doing nothing again. So we reach Lester's factory, and I quickly run to the next car. Sorry, bro, but I gotta do something, man. So I drive this vehicle to my apartment and completed the mission. Thank God. Now for the second setup, and we gotta steal the Kuruma. And we stealing the Kuruma with the Kuruma. It's 2022. We gotta think smart out here. So we go to the spot, and we just start blasting. Pow, you dead. Pow, you dead. Pow, you dead. So I steal the Kuruma, and I'm not that bright, because even though I don't see a ramp, I still decide to go forward. I don't know what I was thinking. So I turn around, Tokyo drift my way out of the parking lot, and deliver the Kuruma. Mission success. Now for the finale, and I'm joined by this handsome lad right here. So I start the heist. Wait, no, I gotta sit through this rubbish again. You know, when the game explains how heists work, and after a minute or so, now the heist starts. So I get in my car and drive straight to the Kuruma, and on my way there, I noticed that my teammate isn't moving. No big deal, right? Well, I reach the Kuruma and he's still not moving. I get in the Kuruma and he's still not moving. So what do you think happens next? Do you think he drives all the way to the Kuruma? Do you think he leaves? No, he EWOs. What? So we restart the mission, and thank God I don't have to drive all the way to the Kuruma again. So I get into the Kuruma, and now I gotta do that second mini game again. And this second mini game, it's like math class, in which they give you the simplest task early, then ramp it up to 11 almost instantly, when it actually means something. The first circuit mini game during the setup, basic adding and subtracting. The second mini game during the heist, trigonometry, bro. Okay, I'm over exaggerating, but still, even with the experience that I have in this game, I always struggle with this circuit mini game. So I do the first one, and to my surprise, I made no errors. Now the second one, bam, -5 on self-esteem. Second attempt, bam. Third attempt, yay, completed it. And on the third attempt, I get bamboozled, because I thought it was starting on the left, not the right. So I fail. fail. And my teammates just be giving me unnecessary pressure, man. Bro, this is so easy. I don't know why you struggle. Shut your mouth. This is a me problem. So I carry on with this second mini game. And even though I failed a couple times, it went way smoother compared to previous playthroughs. So I go out and see that the dude is busy circling around the bank. So I leave the car to give him a heads up that I'm done. So he enters the marker and we go straight in. I put this lovely piece of art on my corp and make my way to the safety deposit box, where I use this drill to get the box out. And if you're wondering, yes, I am bad at this mini game too, but I get the box and I go straight to the car. Now all the driver has to do is drive to the cargo box. Sounds simple, right? And it was, he didn't fail. And just like that, mission success. So I get paid 86,000 plus that scrumptious first time bonus. So the Fleeca job is complete. That leaves 4 more heists. Now I'm waiting for Lester to call me. And while I wait for Lester, I'm just exploring the map, thinking about life. Like, if being born is the greatest act of creation, then what are we supposed to do after that? Isn't everything that comes next just a disappointment? Slowly tripping until... Yo, Lester! So I go to my apartment and I start the heist, joined by these 3 guys. So Agent 14 explains why we're doing this.
Sir Maxim Rashkovsky. You know the professor?
So the first setup, we gotta steal the plane. Simple, until you see that we're already experiencing issues before starting the mission. And that issue is one teammate supposedly trolling by jumping in between teams, making it impossible for us to start the mission. But after a while, the mission starts, thankfully. So I get in my car and drive to the location. Yeah, okay, no big deal. I load back into GT Online and start the heist again. Okay, so now I'm at the Mackenzie airfield and I just start blasting, shooting anybody that moves and make my way to the hangar. So I kill a couple folks and eventually make it to the hangar. And then, no big deal, I guess. So now it's round 2 and I'm just blasting. So I make it to the plane and get in. So far, no problems, which is good. Until, yay! Now I'm just messing with you guys. He didn't go into the propeller. Okay, round 3 and it's going smooth so far. I get the plane and so far, no hiccups, no one's on the damn strip, just a whole bunch of carnage. So I take off and complete the mission. Okay, 4th attempt, and I'm getting so tired of driving, so I just go with this guy. So we make it to the airfield, but thank God he stopped here because we probably would have been dead. So I collect the plane again, and when I'm trying to leave, this guy just parks right in front of me. So I reverse a little bit and go from the left. Now I'm airborne, and I'm praying nothing goes wrong. 5th attempt, I'm just running straight to the plane because I want to get this thing over and done with already. So I get in and just leave. And thankfully this is the last time I had to do this setup because I made it all the way to LSIA, delivering the plane, thus completing the mission. Now that was enough GTA for today. Now it's the next day. So I load in and I go to the heist room. But here's the problem, there's no heist. Okay, no big deal, I'll just switch sessions. Alright man, now I'm back and the H symbol is there, but nothing on the board. So I leave the room, come back, still nothing. But when I'm about to leave again, something. So I click the right D-pad. Now I can't even do anything. Literally, I'm pressing everything and nothing's happening. So I restart the game, load in, and check this out, nothing. So I foolishly thought, maybe Lester should call me, then the heist will appear again. So I leave and start driving around until... Give me a break, man. So this mosquito rider was after me, so I start fighting back with a pistol. And what do you think happens next? I almost kill him. What? A level 17 almost killed me with a pistol? So I continue driving around. That's when I realized Lester's not supposed to call me. So I try to switch sessions again, and guess what? Everything magically appears. So I invite randoms, and we're stealing this prison bus for this setup. So I catch up to the bus, and what do you think my plan is? Maybe to pull up in front of it so it can stop, maybe drive by and shoot the driver. I thought it would be best if I rammed the bus off the road. You know, ram the big truck with my small car off the road. Bad idea. Yeah, it didn't work out. So I just shot him, which was way smarter than the previous idea. So we're supposed to lose the cops. And I forgot to take out the helicopter. And since I'm the one driving this bus, I'm not gonna shoot the helicopter down. I'm gonna rely on my teammates. So I drove around a little bit and lost the cops and delivered the prison bus. So we load in and no one kills each other. So I go to my apartment and start the next setup. And we gotta steal the schedule from the police station, thankfully. Because if I had to go on that boat and steal his car at my car current level, it wouldn't work out so well. So the mission starts and I dial 911, but nothing happened. So I called them again and nothing happens. So I do the next best thing. So the cops come and I kill them and steal their car, proceed to lose them and go to the police station. So I enter and take the schedule, enter the car and my teammate drives to the underpass. Good, now all we gotta do is burn this car. I spoke too soon. Alright, now we're restarting and now I decide to call 911 and it works this time. Alright, now I'm waiting for the police to come. Now after a while I see the police cruiser and I instantly run towards. Bro, I didn't even get the cop car. Now third attempt, I call 911 again. So the cops show and I try to hijack their vehicle. So when I press triangle, they instantly came out. But I was still in the animation of getting into the car and I couldn't leave. So you know what happens next. So in this round, my teammate is the one that's calling the cops. So they come through, we kill all of them and we take the car and we just leave. We end up losing the cops. So we end up going to the police station and I steal the schedule. So we drop the car under the underpass, burn the car and leave. Now I'm just waiting for the other half of the team to drop off the car, which they eventually do. And the mission is complete. Now it's time for the final setup. And I'm assigned to kill lawyers or prosecutors, I don't know, along with someone else. So we reach the vantage point and wait for them to come. So they arrive and I kill one. My teammate gets the other. And on my way down, my teammate falls down the building. I don't know if that was an easier way to get down, but bro, what was the game plan? So when I'm going down, he dies. Unlucky, but we still got another round. So we restart and make our way to the vantage point again. I take my shot, kill him. Now it's my teammate's turn and he kills this guy on the last second. I swear that scares me. So we're making our way down and judging by the minimap, he took the same direction again and got killed again. So everyone decides to restart. But the game probably didn't understand that because it decided to take us back to free mode. So I load back in and try and start the mission again. But I couldn't get anyone to join. And I waited so long, the game kicked me out for idling. So I load back in and start inviting people again. And this time people join. So we reach the vantage point. And my god, I've never missed so much shots like this before. So I aim for the head and miss it by 1 pixel. The sad part about it is that I missed someone that was standing still. So I take another shot and I don't know how I managed to miss my target this bad. My teammate got the other man and I'm still struggling to kill this one guy. I'm taking L's after L's, man. So my target runs to a point where I can't see him due to this tree. And during that moment, I'm thinking, damn, I really messed up like that. So I change angles and I still ain't got a nice shot on him. So I change angles again and I got the perfect shot on him. Womp womp, I still miss, but I eventually get him. And on my way down, I'm just being thankful he didn't run into the courthouse. So my teammate gets the deposition and naturally, we gotta lose the cops. So I'm driving around, crash, and this pole messes up my car really bad. Like bro, look at this. So I entered the parking lot and waited for the cops to disappear. But that didn't happen because my teammate died. So we restart and I ain't got that 0.2 KD aim. I'm actually hitting my shot twice even. But they must have bulletproof vests this time because they just came out instantly, both of them. So I kill one and my teammate didn't get the other, but I got that 0.2 KD aim again, but I eventually hit him. So we're going down and my teammate's on his way to get the deposition, so I'm giving him some support even though he's in a Duko death. It's the thought that counts. So we leaving and my teammate does the beep beep thing, you know, that thing you do to tell people get in my car. So I try and get in and the car's locked. So I try a few times and the car's still locked and I'm getting shot. So I go back to my car because I'm not gonna die over something like this. Followed this road. Yeah, that's right, I didn't take the jump. I followed the road, waited a bit and lost the cops. So we reached my apartment and dropped the deposition off. And the opdra is klar. Now it's time to do the actual. Who are you? So I invite randoms and this cutscene plays. And during this cutscene, Agent 14 reveals that what's his name? Has a price on his head. Oh no. Anyway, I want to go with the guy that's playing as the prison guard because we're going to the same location. But the demolition dude is trying to get into the prison guard's car. So we're fighting to see who's gonna get in first. And he wins. Then he leaves the passenger seat. So I get in. But then it seems as if the pilot was trying to get in too. But whatever. We make it to the prison bus. So this is the game plan. My health is non-existent. So I'm just gonna stay behind the prison guard the whole time until I collect Walter. So we leave in the prison bus and I'm waiting for the prison guard to shoot. So he fires a bullet and we start moving towards the prison yard. So we climb to the ladder and we're on the roof now. Yes! Now I'm making my way to the prison yard and so far everything is going good. Shoot this dude right here and I eventually make my way to Rash. So I get the guy. Objective 1 is complete. Now we gotta make it out of here. And honestly, I'm surprised we made it this far. Now the news team showed up and they came quick, but not as quick as my disappointment and confusion when I saw this. but no big deal. So we start again, and the prison guard drove us to the prison. So we do the whole thing again, killing these two and then climbing up the ladder. But then so one dude leaves and I get sent back to free mode. So I make my way to my apartment, but Lester's such a darling and sends me invites. So I invite randoms again. And this time I'm just taking 10% of the cut. So we start and everyone enters this dude's SUV. One guy also placed the waypoint to the airport, I think. And while we're on our way to the airport, I think this guy realized that we're going to different locations and he jumps out. Same with the other guy. So we're driving and we eventually make it to the prison bus. So I get in and wait for the prison car to drop us off at the prison. But the pilot crashed right before we made it to the prison. Are you seeing a trend here? I take two. And this time we actually make it to the prison. And I like this prison guard because he's quick. So I make it to the prison yard and collect this guy again. Come on, man. So one of my teammates ends up leaving and I get sent back to free mode again. And honestly, this video is already long enough. It's like 24 minutes now, so I'm just gonna leave it here.